Good morning, folks. I'm Jack Fry. It's Tuesday morning. Thank you for listening. Today we'll get into the NBA Day 3, Game 2 for the Warriors versus the Clippers, and also the Sixers versus Brooklyn. Also, the Masters final round ratings came in, and Russell Wilson agrees to a new contract. Let's get to it. The Warriors led by 31 points at one point in Game 2 at Oracle Arena in Oakland. A few minutes into the game, Boogie Cousins did something to his quad and fell down in pain after stealing the ball and running down the court. He didn't hit anybody, he didn't run into anything, it just kind of gave out and he fell down. The Warriors then were up by 31 at one point in the first half. Unfortunately for the Warriors, they gave up that lead and they lost this game. What in the world happened? How do you let a team like the Los Angeles Clippers, with no superstars, a guy that's pretty good in Lou Williams and scored a lot of points last night, but isn't really an all-star? He's more of a sixth man on a good team, but he's starting because they don't have anybody else. How do you let a team like that come back? Well, I think the Game 1 nonsense between Kevin Durant and Patrick Beverley has spilled over into Game 2. I said that shouldn't have happened. What are you doing in Game 1 of a 7-game series getting all emotional like that? They lost Game 2 at home. The Clippers have a chance to steal this series. Now with Boogie Cousins out with a quad injury, which looks like he could be out for the rest of the year, it could happen, folks. The Warriors need a slap in the face and they need to wake up. Come on. KD isn't playing up to snuff. Obviously, Beverly has gotten into his head, and look out for Houston in round 2. They better take advantage of this. If the Warriors do get past the Clippers, which I still think they will, they're going to have to play Houston in round 2. That's a scary matchup against the Rockets. You've lost your big man who can score, so now it's up to Durant, Curry, and Clay to really step it up. Your big man down low now is Andrew Bogut, who's been with the team for a few weeks and only played, 1 or 2 regular season games before the playoffs started. And you have Looney, he really hustles and can rebound, but he's not a scorer. The Warriors should definitely be worried. They need to get their head on straight and come back from this and really just stop the nonsense. Play some defense and score. It's just ridiculous. How do you lose a 31-point lead at home to the Clippers? Are you kidding me? The other game, the Philadelphia 76ers and the Brooklyn Nets, was a great game for the first half, and it was tied at halftime, or I believe Brooklyn was up by 1 at the half. Then the third quarter started. It looked like a little bit more of the same, but then all of a sudden out of nowhere, the Sixers just became the team that they're supposed to be, with 4 all-stars and a 5th guy in J.J. Redick who can hit threes from anywhere on the court. So the Sixers dominated and blew out the Brooklyn Nets. I guess you just have to ask them politely to do what they're supposed to do, and I did say please. So good job, Sixers. Thanks for listening. That was a really, really great performance yesterday. Now, if the Warriors can come out in Game 3 in LA and do the same thing you did, I think they'll feel much better about their chances moving forward. In other news, the Masters final round TV ratings came out, and not to the surprise of anyone, it was the highest rated golf event in 34 years. The ratings peaked at 12.1. By comparison, the Super Bowl this year was 44.9. Now, the rating system is kind of confusing, but I think it breaks down like this. Nielsen ratings are the percentage of households who are tuning into that particular program at the moment. Now, these households are on a ratings list, so it's not technically every household in the country. If you look at it from a percentage standpoint, if the Super Bowl had 44.9%, they almost had half of America watching who take part in the rating system. So 12.1 for a golf event is pretty darn good. That's over 10% of America. For golf, that's pretty incredible. And we all know why it happened. Tiger Woods. He is so good for golf, and he makes golf so much money. So keep on winning, Tiger. Keep on playing great, and golf will keep on doing great. Without you, golf definitely struggles. So thank you, Tiger. You really came out and made golf watchable again and made golf fun. And thanks for just putting on a show for everybody. With America as divided as it is right now, 12.1% of America actually watched together and rooted together in harmony. Last night, Russell Wilson agreed to a 4-year, $140 million contract with $65 million guaranteed. This is the highest contract for any quarterback right now, which seems to happen every single year. The next quarterback who signs gets the bigger contract, regardless of talent level. But I have to say, Russell Wilson absolutely deserves this contract. He's worth every penny. He's going to be in the Hall of Fame. Like I said on yesterday's show, he averages 12 wins a game, and he has the second highest QB rating of all time, behind Aaron Rodgers, who got his big contract last year. Russell Wilson's going to be in the Seahawks uniform for at least 4 more seasons. It's not a big contract, 7 or 8 years, which is great. Brings more flexibility to him, so if he does want to go to New York or somewhere else in his career, he will have that opportunity not too far down the road. I think this is a great contract for the Seahawks. Now, it's a lot of money. Will the Seahawks be able to build around him? They need a pass rusher. Their O-line last few years has been historically bad. Luckily for them, Russell Wilson can scramble around and avoid getting murdered out there in the pocket. So we'll see what happens for them moving forward in the draft. And if they can build around Russell Wilson, they're going to be a little bit handcuffed with the amount of money that they gave him. But as the salary cap goes up, it should be okay for them. Now, in that division, you've got the Los Angeles Rams, who just went to the Super Bowl. Usually there's going to be a Super Bowl hangover, especially for the losing team. And also you've got the San Francisco 49ers, who are much improving. The only team in that division that pretty much has no chance of winning it is the Arizona Cardinals. They're completely rebuilding, and there's quite a mess going on with the first pick overall down there. We don't know what's going to happen until the day of the draft, probably. So I don't see them doing anything to squander the Seahawks' chances. But Rams are good. Niners are improving. Seahawks are good. It's going to be a really tough division race between those 3 teams. I really think the Niners have a chance to pull it off. I think the Rams will step back, and we'll see how the Seahawks do up north. Thanks, everybody, for listening to the show this morning. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you again soon. Music has been brought to you by Ben Sounds. His sounds are fantastic. Thanks, Ben. Goodbye.